Amanda Chure. My official title is I'm a fish and wildlife biologist with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. Well, the Bald Golden Eagle Protection Act, I think out of all three of them, is probably the most widely known one. The Bald Golden Eagle Protection Act basically protects eagles by prohibiting, it makes it illegal for anyone in any time of the year to disturb eagles and their nests. An example of that would be a private landowner from cutting down a tree on his property with an eagle's nest. Or if you're on a river, let's say the Platte River fishing, and you see an eagle nest, it's against the law for you to cause any disturbance to that nest, active or inactive at any time of the year. And then the second law that helps protect eagles is the Migratory Bird Treaty Act. The Migratory Bird Treaty Act also protects, in addition to migratory birds, eagles. What's special about this act is, so it's a federal law in the United States, but across the country, in other countries, they have their own governments. So the Migratory Bird Treaty Act is actually a treaty that we have with 4 other countries. Because eagles that nest, that might summer in Canada or winter down south, their nests are everywhere, so eagles that tend to cross over international borders are protected through that act. And we have that treaty with Canada, Japan, China, and Russia is the other country. So that's how the Migratory Bird Treaty Act protects eagles in our country, in the U.S., but also it expands that to other countries as well. And then the Lacey Act is the third law that protects eagles, and that's basically the illegal trafficking. Probably heard in the news a lot about people. In fact, you hear about illegal trade of wildlife across international borders. You might have heard about the South Dakota case where there was an individual who was, I can't remember the story verbatim, but basically if you possess eagle parts that have been illegally taken and then selling them, the Lacey Act prohibits that, essentially. And I mean, of course, for other fish and wildlife species as well, but for the sake of eagles, that's how the Lacey Act protects eagles. So no matter where you are in this country, if you see somebody who's disturbing an eagle's nest, walking up to it and irritating a live bird or attempting to take down a nest, I would never assume they have some people are permitted to do those actions, but a member of the public may not know that. If you see people disturbing an eagle, walking up to the nest, shooting at a bird, or if you're on the river and you just observe any of these activities, you can contact, we have a Office of Fish and Wildlife Service, Office of Law Enforcement, located at Fremont, and you can contact that officer or contact our office because we work closely with him and report that illegal behavior, because we would want to make sure that the precautions are taken to protect the bird and make sure that justice is done for the bird so it can continue to live its life. It owes that right. That bird deserves that right, just like all of us do in this room. It's because we need to educate people on how to coexist with wildlife, because, well, we need to figure it out somehow.